Well, hello people, and welcome back to part 3 of the Project Zomboid Noobs Guide. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In this episode we'll be covering days 4 and 5, which will include more first week scavenging alongside paying a visit to the gas station for the first time to see what state it's in, so we can drop off the second generator we found last episode. But again, it's another early rise for Ron Swanson, who's woke up at 5:30. So we'll catch the first episode of Life and Living while we're here. And I'd also like to start having a look at the next skill we can read. Now, ideally I'd like electrical, as electrical level 3 is going to be important for turning on the generator, but we haven't actually found it yet. So instead I think I'll start with carving. And again, I am going to wait to start the grind until I find that book. To an extent, of course, if the power goes out, then level 3 electrical becomes extremely urgent if you haven't found the book already. But either way, let's start on our carving buff and move through the next episode of Life and Living. Sweet, there it is. We'll drop carving back off on the shelf. We also need a new weapon as well. Just had a little check outside. We've got some more distribution overnight. Yeah, we've had quite a few redistribute around overnight actually, which is fine. Let's take the large metal shelves. I'm going to put the stir fry in the bag. So we can grab 2. We can also put the bottle in the bag as well. That'll let us grab the second one in one run. And then we'll drop this off in our little storage garage over here. Got another set of large shelves. I'll put them on the opposite wall there. Don't forget to take the water bottle and our main meal back into the main inventory. They won't drink the bottle from the backpack, so it has to be in the main one. And then I need another weapon. Let's just grab a steel bar and a steel rod. We'll go through both of those. And hopefully find something on our way around as well. So I know where the gas stations are in Zomboid. I'm just going to drop those stuff on the floor as well. But you can use the map if you want to. However, I would advise maybe staying away from the map as long as you can. I think there's a certain magic to be had for exploring the world for the first time blind. Leads to a much greater sense of exploration, I think. So today, we're going to drive over to the gas station. We've got a generator in the boot for it. And we're going to follow the road here. Again, if you're playing along on this save file, which I made available for you in episode 1 in the video description, then you can follow along with me. If not, feel free to use the map to navigate around from wherever you might be based up in Rosewood. But there's also a new bit of Rosewood down here as well, where there's a bunch of construction sites, kind of houses in the process of being built here. Which we'll stop and loot. We might have time to stop on the way back actually and check out what's going on over here. But for right now, priority is the gas station. If we can secure the gas station with the generator so soon, that gives us peace of mind for the incoming power turning off. Now, we shouldn't be too far from the helicopter event as well. It's fairly quiet around here. I anticipate this gas station is going to be quite busy, given the size of it. There are 2 gas stations in Rosewood. The other one is through a significantly denser, more populated part of town, but about the same distance away. So here's Dino Oil. Again, all these guys are going to start following us. Don't worry about them for right now. Don't run over them. It does really unnecessary damage to your car. Okay, so it looks like the fuel pumps are on the other side. Just drive through here. And be careful where you're going. It's in instances like this where I told you guys to avoid this speed demon and Sunday driver traits, because when you start running into significantly more populations, it gets a lot busier. So as you can see, it's horrifically busy over here. Taking on all these with melee weapons is going to give us a bit too much muscle strain. But we will start taking a few of them out. We probably won't clear them today though. Again, they're all drawn to the sound of the car. So let's turn it off. And we'll get out. And now we can really talk about kiting hordes for the first time. This is going to be quite a common thing you'll end up doing, where clearly there's too many for us to kill here, especially without guns, or any kind of explosive, either a bomb or a Molotov cocktail. So let's just focus on gathering everyone away from the gas station, really. And give yourself plenty of room. You're going to want to run a little bit here, you know, if things start to narrow, do a little sprint, but for the most time walk. And it can be super scary at first, clearly. But you really just want to focus on gathering them all up Okay, and eventually we'll come back and kill these once we have the means to. But just so everyone sees us. Everyone's following us. Don't look behind you, you'll only make it worse. I promise. Everyone here. We could shout. Again, I don't want to start pulling the zombies over from the lot next to the gas station there either. Okay, so we got a fairly decent crowd following us. And anyone that's left lingering, we can just come back and kill them at a later date, alright? All we really want to do today is secure the gas station with power. So we know that when the power goes off, we can keep the base fueled, which is ultimately important, for, of course, for being able to see. But also actually storing the food that we're going to be finding as well. So do another little shout. Again, press Q to shout. And you can also use a gun for this, but obviously they're significantly louder than you're shouting. So you want to be careful of drawing perhaps too many over, alright? So just going to do this for a little bit. Just keep snaking. And just keep pulling them off the gas station development, essentially. We just want them to follow us. Careful of also bumping into trees. There we go. So if you're going to start sprinting, we'll start getting tired. Let's also take some time to eat a stir fry as well. Now we're a little bit hungry. Again, you'll just get used to this over time. This is essentially how we clear out main streets and areas we're not quite ready to fight for yet. But don't sprint, you'll just get tired. I'm essentially just going to keep snaking back and two, whilst occasionally shouting, okay? You'll also notice we have a new moodlet up in the top here too. This is terrified for obvious reasons. And we'll be really terrible at fighting with this trait. It will just do so much less damage, so it's not even worth trying to take them on. There's also a lake over here as well, where we could do some fishing every time we come on top up our gas supply too. It'd be a lot of fun. Have a little look around. So there's a few of them lagging behind, but they're generally coming this direction. And once we're far enough away, we essentially want to do a massive circle. So we can start walking. Again, fences and hedges are all going to slow them down. Let's just go in a huge circle here, right? So we'll walk ahead, and then we'll start looping around. Walking through trees is a great line of sight breaker. Okay, so big wide circle, and using our 2-speed walk trick. And we'll come over here. Again, they've lost us now, right? We've just walked away from them because they're so slow. And this strategy is significantly more difficult if you decide to play with sprinters on, for obvious reasons. Sweet. So that's the bunch of them there. Let's come back down. Now looking back at the gas station, there's a significantly more available crowd for us to deal with, okay? Let's start clearing these guys out as we look to secure the gas station here on day 4. There's also level 1 in spare for us as well. Happy days. There's also lots of cars we can start to loot here as well. Now, with the crowd that's now sat over there that we just lured away, a meta event such as a gunshot, or indeed the helicopter itself, could lure them back into the gas station. So it's not a permanent fix in terms of actually being safe around here. And it is a place we'll want to clear out as well, because we don't want to be risking every time we come to top up the gas supply. And then same thing we've been doing back at the base as well. Let's just catch the attention of a few of them and then let them come to us, right? We can hit 2-speed, move things along. Little check behind us, make sure everyone's safe. And just walk up to them. There we go. And the gas station building itself is very useful. There's a lot of tools, empty gas cans in there to bring home, alongside food as well. That's where we always check behind us. As you never know who's lurking around, maybe, you know, one of the gas pumps itself, or on this side of the building we can't see. Okay, so let's go into crouch mode here now. Got a couple of zombies there. Let's come to the boot, grab the generator. Let's be quick about this. And then I'm going to drop it here in the middle. There it is. So now we have a generator that can power our gas station. Tremendously helpful. Let's also loot the gas station while we're here. Use an opportunity to hopefully find some empty gas cans we can take back home for the generator we've got at the base. Yeah, we've got some people here in the cafe. It's looking quite busy in there, isn't it? Let's have a little look around the side of the building. There's a nice big box van down there as well. I would really like to get one of those at some point. The back door is locked. Although this guy has a key on him, which is perfect. No, it's not locked. Turn the lights on here. Bear in mind we've got those zombies behind us in the cafe area. So we'll stay crouched. Check what's in these lockers. Fairly useless stuff. That's interesting. There's actually a fridge in the doorway there, but it has some dinner for us, so we'll eat it. Take a peach and a banana. Could pick that up to get in, but it just looks like a normal office, to be honest. And we've got some food loot in here, so I'm going to start taking a little bit of this. So we've also got some fitness tapes here as well. Well, there we go. Magazine How to Use Generators. Fantastic find. So I'm going to read this straight away. Actually, no we're not, because there's zombies behind us. So we're going to come out of there. I'm actually going to leave the gas station as well. I don't like being in a building where I don't know exactly what's around each corner. It's just a recipe for a stupid death. So let's just come back to the forecourt here. We're safe. Want to read how to read generators straight away as soon as you find it. Just in case you happen to misplace it or accidentally drop it and you lose it again. Sweet. So that no longer requires us to get level 3 electrical. We found the how to use generators book. Nice moment that, especially finding it near the gas station too. So what we can actually do, because we've just learned that, we can come over to the generator and actually connect it now. Which means that it will just start powering the gas station once it's turned on. Which of course isn't required yet because the national power grid is still functioning. But we can connect that up. There is a bookshelf in there as well, which can hold some quite tasty skill recipes. So I think we'll approach from the front. These ice cream containers here, by the way, are really good for your base. Quite easy to pick up and take back home for big freezer storage. Each compartment holds 39 each. I've actually got some remote control stuff here. And this can be used for detonating traps and bombs. Not something I tend to do, but can be quite fun. Over here, we're really looking for recipes for which there is none, which is a little bit of a shame. But I'll take how to use generators. And all the food loot in here as well. We'll make it back home at some point. We've also got VHS tapes in the shelves here as well now. Again, if you're wondering what tapes it is that give the XP, they're all listed on the wiki. Very close call there. See, that's where that spear animation can really trip you up. We've got 3 inside here, which is about my limit. If it gets any worse than this, we'll back off. Someone's trying to get in the front door as well. There goes the garden fork. Let's go ahead and equip our steel bar. I hope we find a better weapon soon. Crowbar tends to be my favourite. We're also finding skill books in gas stations as well now, so glassmaking 1 can come home. Improvised flashlight and improvised lantern are quite good recipes. We'll take them both. We've also got another recipe here for Cheapskate John, who has a few recipes around the world. This one for smoke bombs, which again isn't something I get a lot of use out of, but we'll take it while it's there. Okay, so life and living isn't too far away, but doubt we're going to find a TV over here. So we'll head back to our car. We've got a few more that I've wandered over, so we'll take care of these as well. Now let's carry on checking around the perimeter of the gas station. Again, just so when we come back here, when we drive through, we're not going to pull them all back to the gas pump, right? Clear out a little bit of a perimeter around it. But of course, don't worry about getting literally every single one, because the helicopter's going to redistribute in a couple of days anyway. So let's check out this box van. These are the highest capacity vanilla vehicles. You can, however, significantly expand your library of vehicles via the workshop. The guy coming out here. Getting wires on the floor. So the lock is broke, which isn't a very good sign. So we'll break the window, move to the driver's seat. And yeah, that won't work with it because it's locked, but there's no key for us. I'll have to get back out the driver's seat because that door is literally broken. Yeah, there's nothing. Kind of a poor van, that, unfortunately. But they've got really good capacity in the trunks for you. Let's also check out these vehicles as well. Bearing in mind, just like houses, cars can also be alarmed, so it's something to be wary of. Let's also open the boot there as well. A tarp's always useful for a rain collector. I'll take them if I come across them. And let's clear up these lot. And now we can carry on checking the cars in peace. Yeah, you see, we had quite a few pour back out of the gas station there, haven't we? Good job I left that building. I think when you're walking into a brand new place for the first time, making a bit of noise outside, you can just pull whoever is lurking inside out a window or to a door, so you know that they're there. Empty gas can is a lovely find, as is another tarp. Go and take them. And we'll fill the gas cans up at the gas pumps without stating the obvious. And also for filling the generator back at home as well. This one's locked again. Quick scan around on the floor. See if you can see any car keys while we're near a parking lot. There we go. That's the one right there. It's much more common in build 42, I've noticed. So this is for a blue car. The colour of the key responds to the car, by the way. So this will be for this one. Not the greatest loot ever. And it doesn't have any gas. So that's fine. It also looks like it's got quite bad engine condition too. Let's check the bonnet. Its right brakes are going to go. Once we start training mechanics, I'll run over this screen a little bit more on exactly how you work for repairing cars. But we just picked up a gas can. So this is the perfect opportunity to show how this can work for us. So we'll come over here, make sure no one's followed us over. And we will right click and take fuel to fill the gas can. Okay, which really overloads us. Filled gas cans weigh a ton. And we'll walk back over to our car, right click it, add gasoline via gas can, which will pour that back in. And then that'll now give you enough fuel to drive it. That topped up the half a tank, that was. But we can now top this up ourselves. Down on the dashboard here, you'll notice an arrow next to the gas pump. This is indicating what side the fuel cap is on. So this car, it's on the left-hand side. We'll bring it up, turn it off. Right-click the car and refuel from gas pump. Okay, boom. We'll leave that there. I'm also going to fill the gas can up again as well. We're also experiencing our first rain as well. The weather in this game is incredibly ambient. Really nice atmosphere to it. We'll also add the fuel to the generator as well, which will completely top it up. Anyone back with us? Yeah, let's get rid of them. And then we'll top up the gas can one more time for the generator back at home, which gives us a secured and powered generator at the gas station, plus the ability to use them. And also fuel for the gas station at home. So now when power goes out by day 4, we have no worries. We can come back and get it anytime we want from a relatively safe gas station. There's still more work to do around here. And then also fuel for the base. We're going to call into the drive-in. There's a big drive-in cinema down here, which can have some decent cars on it. And that other car we got as well, we'll go and get that at some point too. But yeah, this can have some really interesting vehicles on it, especially these themed branded vans, which are usually taking after a skill. This looks like an electrical van. Make sure no one's here with us. Yeah, looks like it's locked, so we'll break the driver's side window. Sorry, passenger side window. Obviously you don't want the window next to you being open for obvious reasons. Of course, we can't hotwire this yet, but we will one day. Now, we've got some scrap electronics. Those are used for repairing the generators, so worth grabbing if you come across them. And I'll take the car tools as well in the boot. So you can find all different themes of them, like leathery, tannery vans, masons vans. They'll have little brands on them. So they can be really good. This is also a good place to train our mechanics as well, because there's a lot of cars we can work on. Now, in terms of training your mechanics, you can do everything on one car once per day. So you could visit there for a day, do every car, get all your XP, come back another day and do the same thing again. But either way, we're overloaded holding the full gas can, so let's get this back home to our base. And I think we'll take a different route back as well. We won't go through the housing estate we came through, we'll instead check out the log yard down this road and maybe get a glimpse of Rosewood Fire Station at the same time. Because that would be very helpful to see how bad that place is. A lot of fire axes, of course, as you would imagine, plus protective clothing to be had there. Oh, look at that. Little family of deers. Isn't that cute? That's really nice. Oh, wonderful. He's even a little baby, which is falling behind. I feel really bad. Catch up. Dear. Oh no, they've split up. Oh no, that's so sad. Okay, anyway, we can do some hunting of deer eventually. But we've got bigger priorities at the minute. Yeah, so the Rosewood Fire Station's down there. We'll head up. Those deer have just ran through the suburb as well. And zombies will respond to the noises made by animals, by the way. It's not looking too bad. Yeah, I think we can probably begin to attack that because it also makes a very good long-term base, the Rosewood Fire Station. Super popular location for Rosewood playthroughs. Big building, big double garage on it. Really cool area. I'm not going to go there. I'll try to go somewhere different for my long-term base, but we'll spend an episode talking about what makes a long-term base. Alongside looking at some options, and maybe each of the towns as part of this series, so you just have that information available to you. Here we go. A few people knocking around. I'm just going to flatten him so he doesn't get out and hit me when I get out. Pause there. Let's come and drop off the gas can by the generator. Just drop it on the floor. There we go. And then deal with these outside. And corpse sickness is getting pretty intense now. We're met with overwhelming stench, so it's getting worse. See how the sound of the car has drawn a few that were lingering at the back of the base there towards us. So I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Noise absolutely has its uses. Stealthing around everywhere I think can make things more dangerous. So a little shout. Car horns and gunshots tend to be significantly louder, so be much more careful with those. But shouting and the gentle rumbling of a car engine can really help you out sometimes. A few will follow down from that street just down to the car, but we'll let them come down of their own accord. And then I'm going to bin that broken tool handle that I don't need anymore. And unload the loot that we just got as well. I'm going to eat this stale ice cream. Stale stuff is fine, it'll make you slightly unhappy. But rotten is what you need to avoid with the weak stomach trait. For sure. Someone just smashed the window to our bedroom. Quite annoying, but it's barricaded anyway, so we don't need to worry about that. There we go. Then I'm just going to remove the broken glass for aesthetic purposes. If anything, it adds more character to the base, doesn't it? A few bloodstains and some shattered glass. Cool. This weights bench, I'm not really going to use it, but I'll keep it around just in case I do want to train some strength, but I'm just going to stick it in the bushes there. And then we also got another set of shelves, which we will install once we've dealt with the local hooligans. We also have a car to check out outside the school as well. We found the key for it when we went to the school last episode. There goes the steel bar. We got a steel rod. So I think we'll spend some time looting the garages and houses over here this afternoon. We are starting to run out of effective weaponry now. So let's check out this first house here. Got a little tool shed. And we'll want one of those barrels at some point. I have mentioned that before. You don't need it. You can use something else called a charcoal burning pile. But it's 4 tiles wide. It's massive, so I prefer the barrels. Some nice finds in there. Very nice, actually. And we don't need cooking 1 because we're already cooking level 2. Set all these unwanted. And again, we know we have the other ones because they were already grayed out. so we don't need to bring them home. Kind of a weak shed, that, to be honest, beside the books. I was hoping for some tools. And then we'll have a quick glance. And bearing in mind this house could also be alarmed, and it's right near our base. But no, we're okay. Exposure Survival 3 is an XP tape. We also found Home Security Monthly, which gives us short to long range motion sensors on bombs. Exposure Survival 3, we literally just picked that up, so we're okay. No need for a duplicate. No, nothing else really good over here. Kind of a quiet house, that one. And don't forget, we want to tick, tick, tick once we've explored. And we can also come down to the gas station we're just at, and under your loot symbols, there's a gas can. So if you'd like, you can just mark our gas station. Check out the house next door. Bearing in mind we've got an episode of Life and Living incoming as well. So I'd like to try and catch that. We've got a really interesting garage here. Full of clothes. Now, it doesn't look like we can't actually get in through a window. Some more planks on the floor there. Now again, I could bash it down, but it's going to take a long while. I'm going to put another axe on that building. Now, we did actually get into this building, so you can actually erase the markings with a literal eraser or a pencil. It tells you down here. It requires an eraser. But I sometimes like to just cross it off, as if, you know, it's Ron Swanson has marked the building as cleared. But again, personal preference, up to you. I'll check out this house here. Again, always worth just seeing what's out front before we get too settled and cozy in there. He doesn't have a key. But the front's a little busy, so I'm going to come through a back window here. Sound of the glass smashing will also alert anyone inside. I can hear some doors banging, so we've got company in here. There it is. An awl is a tool used in tailoring. And we've also got a basement down here as well. Which gives us a zombie. Claw hammers, small and medium handles. Maintenance 2, which we found. A mason's trowel is an excellent find. The trowel and chisel together both allow us to begin the blacksmithing grind, so great finds. And we've also just picked up a firefighter's axe as well, which is being equipped on the back. Very good weapon, and we can actually use that to get into the garage outside now. Nice little tool basement, this one. Again, there's more planks here, which I do need, but don't want to massively overload myself just yet. Pliers and a shovel. Again, all useful tools. Eventually you'll start to collect too many tools, so just judge it against what you've already collected back at your own base. And we'll take some ice cream as well. We'll carry on going through this house here. More kitchen equipment. Again, frying pans, sauce pans, good for making stews, roasts, etc. that you can cook at home. As boring as that loot can be, sometimes it is actually quite important for the cooking skill. Same thing collecting pizza rollers if you want to start making pizza and stuff. There's a few bookshelves in this house which I wouldn't mind picking up. Now, the carpentry stuff does require a skill check to pick up. So you see there it has a 67.5% chance of breaking. That will lessen the higher your carpentry skill is. Not all furniture wants a skill check, but if it's wooden and related to carpentry, it usually does. So get your carpentry a little higher before you start picking them up, because there's a high chance you'll just break them. There's some sewing recipes here. Sure, I'll take them. You won't get use out of every single recipe, so don't worry too much about it. Okay, let's head back out. We'll come through the back exit here, and then you'll see how much quicker the firefighter axe will take a door down. There we go, only 5 or 6 swings that time. We got cotton fabric rolls here. These weigh a ton. This looks like a tailoring garage. Yeah, it absolutely is. Big rolls of fabric. Not much use to me just yet. But when we come to tailoring grind, this is going to be a pretty good garage to come back to. Okay, so since that's such a unique themed find, we're going to cross it out. I'm going to draw an arrow And then we're going to add a note, and we're just going to say that tailoring supplies are here via this arrow. I might actually erase those ones now because they are a bit in the way. But again, I kind of like doodling on the map. Makes it feel a lot more survivory. So future Ron Swanson will thank us for that. Now we did also have a couple of planks here, which I am going to overload myself with as we head back home. Which we are going to miss life and living. So I'll run actually back into the starter house first. Just so I can grab that XP. Perfect time actually. So again, just be careful in here. This house is not secure. You can see the point of securing your house when it looks like this, can't you? Yeah, so get exposure survival. This is going to be... Was there something we've already hit level 3 in? Yeah, okay, we didn't get any XP ticks there. Now that might be because... Or maybe it just wasn't... Yeah, it might have just not been an XP broadcast. Again, it changes per day. I left the TV schedule downstairs below if you care to go check out exactly what's on at what time. Let's grab the nails on the floor. And then we'll carry on securing our planks barricades on the interior. There's a few more windows left to do. That's got 4 on it. I want more where the window is broken as well now. And that should be all of our planks, I think, is it? Yes, it is. So let's get unloaded with everything we've got here. Sweet. And then we can have some ice cream for dinner. Let's also check where we are with our weight. We're currently gaining weight, so and something to be mindful of with the calorie intake. It's come up to 7 PM. We're already tired and we're a little hurt from all the work we've done today. So I think I'm just going to use that as an excuse to sit at home and carry on with carving level 1, which will take us to bedtime pretty much. So we'll rest on the couch and then read and enjoy some book gameplay. So I'm going to keep my bedtime at 10 o'clock. I'll keep the book on me because again, I'll read it in the morning. And then that'll bring an end, everyone, to day 4. See you in day 5. Welcome back to day 5, everyone. It's another early start for Ron Swanson and the 3 bears. I'm going to pick up the broken glass on the floor that the zombie destroyed from the window last episode. So if we walk over that with bare feet, it'll actually destroy our feet. It'll tear them to ribbons. But same routine. It's too dark to go out yet. So let's take a seat, carry on reading the next volume, and then we'll wait for sunrise. We also get another cooking level from Life and Living as well. Which I think takes us up to level 3 cooking now. Yeah, so Life and Living will no longer give us any cooking XP because we've hit the maximum level. And if you want to change that in the sandbox options under character, you can change the maximum media XP level. So it says when the skill is at or this level or above, television, VHS and other media will not provide XP. So there's no point in us catching the morning cooking show anymore, right? So today we're going to go hit another POI. I'm just going to cook this beef patty so we have some food to take with us. We've also got an apple, a bit of avocado as well. But let's wait for the beef to cook. Can fast forward 3 speed here. There it is. Don't forget to turn your cooker off. Again, quick check outside. Everyone seems to be gone. So yeah, we're going to go check out our next POI, the Rosewood Fire Station, which is one of the most popular locations in Zomboid, and especially Rosewood, for a base. So we'll head over there. The one thing, oh, there's the deer from last episode. They're just from yesterday. They're just marauding around. But yes, we're going to drive up to Rosewood Fire Station. We'll likely pull a crowd with us. But again, they're going to be dragged over fences and bushes, so they'll lose us. They're not going to follow us all the way. There is quite a few around here, though. Again, we might have to do some kiting here as well, just to pull them away. But we'll see what goes on. See how immediately they're all drawn to the sound of the car here. Let's pull in, just assess the situation. So we're right by Main Street Rosewood now. Easily the busiest bit of the town. Down this street here is the main commercial area. But let's get to work. Let's see if we can create ourselves a bit of a safe space at the front of the fire station. Yeah, so this is a little too much for us, so after a few swings, we're out of breath, so we really don't want to be fighting when we're in this state. So instead, we'll start to kite them around. So especially when we're such low level in all our various weapon types as well, we'll do a lot less damage. But we'll sprint up to the car here. Let's get in. Now your car can sometimes struggle to start, so leaving yourself enough room to actually start the car and get away is quite important. But let's have them all follow us. And we'll drive up a little bit. Just pull them away. And it will also use this as an excuse actually just to see exactly how horrific the rest of town is here. So the police station is across the road from the fire station. Again, another good building to loot. Various guns and whatnot, things you would expect to find in police stations. Okay, we've got a few more around the back of the fire station. And obviously those ones that are following us going up behind. So I think we'll do a bit of a loop here actually. So ideally I want to keep pulling them down Main Street, okay? So we'll do a big loop around the block. And also a bit of a chance to explore Rosewood as well. Just to see how bad it's going to get for us. So this is Main Street. There's tons to loot down here. All these commercial properties. Which we'll come back to eventually because there's some things here I want for the blacksmithing grind. But surprisingly, the Main Street is actually quite quiet. I thought there'd be a lot more here. But I mean, I'm not going to complain. I will take a quiet suburb. There's a few more behind here. And yeah, I'm just going to do a big loop around the block now. So all those zombies are going to be following us down Main Street before they eventually lose us, which will give us an easier time to get into the fire station. As you're also driving around the suburb, really keep an eye out for houses with barricades on them that you didn't put up. Sometimes it can mean it's just a regular abandoned building, but other times it can be the sign of what's called a survivor house, which is exactly what it says really. It's, you know, as if a previous survivor has been living there. And the loot inside will be very good. So definitely worth stopping to check them if you come across them. Sweet, so just a loop around the block. There's a much more manageable crowd here now. There you go, you can still see those guys that we lured off walking the other direction. So now we can carry on clearing up. I'm not trying to make this totally safe today, I just want a safe path in and out of the building. And quick check behind, as always, there's some coming up behind us. When you do start driving around cars, especially a big truck like that, they are really loud, so they will draw more zombies than you're probably used to on day 5. But again, keep the basics in mind, don't do anything stupid. Don't lose your character to a stupid death. If you start getting tired and overwhelmed, just back off. Super. So when we're out of breath, we can actually sit on the ground to make sure that you are completely free of zombies for this. This will just make our stamina regenerate quicker. Likewise, if a zombie's coming toward you, if you stand up and hold shift, your character will stand up super quickly, as opposed to taking about 3 business days to do it. So, always worth knowing. Now let's just start pulling these guys toward us, a couple at a time. Okay, again, quick sit on the floor. Just go to 2 speed. Make sure we get rid of the out of breath trait. There we go. You'll do so much less melee damage if you're out of breath, tired, exerted. It's really just not worth fighting in that instance. So let's check out the fire station, which of course is locked. Back from the main door. We'll shut the door behind us. And again, as we're in a new building, just like with the gas station yesterday, we don't know exactly how many are in here. So keep a way out in mind. I'm going to stay crouched in the building as well. Let's get the lights turned on. Super, so I know there's a medical room in here, which is this one. Turn our light on. You don't really need to pick up tongue depressors. I've never had to use a tongue depressor in the game. But anything you would expect, painkillers, bandages, sleeping tablets, beta blockers, all good to use. And this table here as well is also a storage unit, so don't forget to check this. A search needle is good. In case we get a deep wound, we're going to want a search needle to stitch ourselves back together. And then let's head upstairs, keeping crouched and away from the windows so the zombies outside us don't see us. So you can see why this is such a good base. I personally think it's a little big for a single player base. You almost feel a little bit dwarfed in it. But there's no denying the feasibility and iconic status of the Rosewood Fire Station as a base, especially multiplayer. Let's check the lockers. I'm going to take a couple of bath towels because they're actually used for cleaning out our chickens, which we're a while away from yet, but better to have them already. And otherwise it's all pretty regular loot really, nothing too useful for me. Nails and a small file set are welcome, as is a bucket. We'll want that for making cement at some point. We'll also make a quick stop off at the kitchen. And I am going to take some of this food loot just so I've got fresh food back at the house. You can imagine how much scarcer fresh food becomes once the power goes out and everything will start to rot in the fridges and freezers that you haven't looted already. We found a leather coat and a duffel bag, so anything leather is always super protective. Now, has that removed a coat we had on? No, we're okay. We also have a duffel bag as well, which is a new type of backpack. So we'll drop the small backpack on the floor, come to the new duffel bag, and then take all of that out. And that gives us 4 extra carry capacity in a duffel bag compared to the school bag. A nice little find, that one. There's another leather coat as well. If we get a hole in this one, we can put a fresh one on. You can also patch holes with the tailoring skill. But either way, that's mostly upstairs looted. Let's head back down. And then the bulk of the good loot for the fire station should be in the garage. And we'll take some rope as well. There's a rope bundle there, actually, which I've never seen before. Firefighter axes is primarily what I'm here for. We'll hopefully find more than one. Welding rods used in the welding skill without stating the obvious. More firefighter pants. We'll take them. Take the denim shirt as well. Another firefighter axe. And another one. Again, I'm overloading myself here now. So we have to be very careful. I'll take a hacksaw as well. And finally 2 more firefighter axes. So super overloaded here. Really don't want to be caught by a zombie right now. Especially several of them. Let's get this unloaded into the boot of the truck. And we're about 20 minutes away from a potential Life and Living episode. Again, I can't remember if there's one on today, but there'll be a TV upstairs we can use. And we'll take a seat. So you now notice that we're starting to get quite hot and bothered. We're sweaty and unpleasantly hot. This will be due to our insulation. So if we check our temperature, we're currently mega hot. Now this will be because we're wearing incredibly insulating clothes, such as the leather coat and the firefighter's pants. So I'm going to remove the t-shirt. That should cool us down a little bit. I'm already wearing a denim shirt underneath it, so we don't need to. Sweet, but otherwise, we can chill out, enjoy another episode of Life and Living to get some carpentry XP. There's level 2 carpentry for us. Sweet, I'll poke my head upstairs. I don't think there's anything up here. There's a gym. Actually, another room to loot. These can be good electrical XP to dismantle. Treadmills. Ladders don't currently work in PZ, so don't worry about them. During a recent dev interview, they actually confirmed that the ladder mechanic is going to come, but just not yet. Fill our water bottle up, and then we can get out of here. You could also take a firefighter's helmet. They're super protective, but again, also mega insulating. I suppose I'll take one, just so I've got them. But otherwise, that was a fairly calm loot run for the Rosewood Fire Station. We'll also be coming back to this lake as well for some clay at some point, but we'll cover those grinds in their own episode, I think. So let's drop off the rest of the loot here. So we've still got a lot of carry capacity in the van. There's no point really going home yet. The day's still really young. So I wouldn't mind heading out to the farms once the car starts up. So back into sort of the main street through Rosewood, we can head south down here, which will take us into the countryside and away from the town. And I'd just like to check out some possible eventual animal locations for bringing things like chickens back. We don't have the pen prepared for them yet, but we will at some point. So I'll stop in here and check out this little farm barn here. There's... oh my god, is that 2 sledgehammers? Is that 2 sledgehammers there? And a fire extinguisher? It is, isn't it? That's insane, man. Those are the 3rd sledgehammers of the run. I'm genuinely shocked by that. I've got a lot of hours in the unstable branch of build 42. I'm just going to pick that orange barrel up so I can put that down. And I've found about 3 sledgehammers in that entire time. Wild, everyone. Genuinely. A large knife, a sledgehammer. I'm also going to take the extinguisher. So if our generators ever deteriorate to the point of 0% health, they can burst into flames. If you see an extinguisher, grab it, because one day you really might need it. 2 more sledgehammers. Genuinely insane. Also a mason's trowel as well. I'll take those. And we've got some folk banging on the door here too. Let's keep exploring. Animal feed bags will be used in the winter to feed your animals. For the summer they'll eat grass. I'm not going to take them yet because they weigh quite a lot. I'll take a gardening trowel. Pretty much all seeds can come with us. You'll find seeds in the pouches as well, which are also storage containers. A fleshing tool is also something quite important we want that's used for making things along the blacksmithing skill tree for when we make bellows. You're definitely going to want a fleshing tool. But again, I won't overload you with information on that just yet. I'm going to take a sack of sand as well. I'm going to want a sack for gathering clay, gravel and sand. I guess any kind of aggregate material. And there's a few more recipes here. Barbed wire can be used to wrap around weapons. Quite a handy one. Let's get rid of Old MacDonald here. Genuinely, everyone, I can't believe I've found 3 sledgehammers in the first 5 days on this run. I'm quite, quite shocked about that. We'll take a watering can as well. Super. Let's drop this stuff off in the car. Okay, and we'll call that loot run there. There's some more houses I want to touch back near the base. But we've also got quite a lot of fresh food on us, which I want to get in the fridge, rather than leaving it sat in the car all day. But wild, everyone, so if you're playing on this same map as me, I did make the save file available. There's 2 more sledgehammers in there. Just shocked. I can't believe we found that. Experienced Zomboid players watching this series will know just how insanely rare that is. It's less than a 1% chance, I think, for, well, in containers for sledgehammers to spawn. I'm not sure about the open world. But nuts either way. But let's head home and get the truck unloaded. Again, being careful of what zombies we've redistributed around because we've driven through here earlier. Yeah, so some friends have followed us down. And I'm not happy with the amount of zombies we've got near the base. In terms of dead ones, it is causing a bit of corpse sickness. But just to reference that corpse sickness mechanic again, you really do need like probably 1,000 or so corpses, if not several hundred, to actually cause damage via corpse sickness. See, there's always a couple, isn't there, just lingering near the base here. Now we can unload the car in somewhat peace. With the extinguisher, I'm just going to place this outside within immediate vicinity of the generator. So, again, if we ever need it, we're prepared for that. But we are starting to become quite tired now, though. So again, let's make sure we have clear perimeter. Even if you see a zombie across the street and you think, I'll get him later, he's probably going to be the one that kills you. overconfidence is the biggest killer in this game by a mile. Sweet. So after that loot run, we've got some nice new protective clothes, should we ever damage the ones that we're currently wearing. And we're all pretty happy. Let's eat some food. We had that beef patty we made earlier, didn't we? Eat that. And then with the watering can, I'm going to place this outside as well, because it'll actually collect water when it rains. We'll put that there. So I think my eventual plan with this base, now we have a source of axes, which means we can start chopping down trees, which will be a really great resource for us. We'll run over this. So let's chop down this one here. So chopping down trees is very exertive. It will really tire your character. But we'll do this. There we go. Takes a little while. There we go. Got a Z right here. That was very risky. See how close he was? So of course they're drawn to the sound of the chopping wood as well. Yeah, so he took quite a few hits, didn't he? But when we do chop down a tree, we'll get a few different resources that we can use for grinding our carving XP, especially large branches, tree branches and saplings will be used for carving, such as long spears, sticks and whatnot. But once we have our carving book read, we'll come and sort of use the trees to grind the carving level up really quickly. But again, I want the volume 1 XP boost for that. So fairly successful run. We're out of breath and now tired. So we'll take a seat on the couch. Actually, I dropped carving level 1, didn't I? Let me pick that up again. That's the current book. And then that'll probably see out the rest of day 5, to be honest. Nice axe haul, some new clothes as well, especially the leather coat is a good find. And we'll read this. Hopefully there's an episode of Life and Living on at 6. And that probably should see out day 5. And fantastic. That finishes off carving at level 1, which means we can now begin that grind. And then we also hit carpentry level 2 today as well, which will allow us to make the wooden bucket, which is something we need for the forge eventually. I think I'm going to spend an entire episode showing you how to go from essentially this all the way up to building the advanced forge, which is quite a process to get there. But I think certainly one of the most interesting skills that was added with build 42 is blacksmithing. So you can craft your own swords, crowbars, sledgehammers, maces, morning stars. It's an awful lot of fun. But either way, let's set our alarm again. We don't tend to sleep past it anyway, but just in case we do, since we're very tired at the minute. Well, that'll do it for day 5, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode for days 6 and 7 as we wrap up the first week of the Project Zomboid Noobs Guide, at which point we'll start doing some significantly more risky things, I think, and exploring the new skills. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day.